So these US markets have just opened up green. It's kind of what we were expecting this week. A little bit of action from the US, maybe a little bounce because we've had such a big sell-off and we've seen crypto has joined the party. We've had Bitcoin start moving up, but it's at resistance, so something to pay attention to. And then we've seen some of these big meme coins start open up for us, and they are now flying. I see Pepe's 20%. So today we are talking about two very important narratives that you cannot miss. These big meme coins, they are one of the narratives. Then I've got another one teed up for you guys. You don't want to miss this. We got a lot to talk about today, guys. Let's get right into this. I mean, this is just beautiful. You know, you get Bitcoin sniffs like a little bit, it moves up a couple of percent, and suddenly these meme coins are flying again. It's like these meme traders are saying we're back. We are back in business. This Pepe went 20% for us. There was a Coinbase futures launch there or opening there for Pepe. So maybe that has now sparked this little rally here for us. But it's a very important thing to note that at least retail is still there, that we are still alive. And are we so back? Well, we're going to find out because number one, we need to just watch where we are with Bitcoin before we get too excited about things. So let's just grab this Bitcoin chart before we get super excited here and super pumped. We got to just understand what is actually happening here in the big picture. And all we've seen here is Bitcoin push into a big resistance band. So right now, there's nothing we can get too excited about other than maybe the thought that it might blow a trend here and start breaking some big resistance zones. So there is a poll in the chats as well at the moment. I just want to get your opinion as to what you guys are thinking. Is 62K coming next or is 72K coming next? Let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm going to smash this one because, you know, just because we want to see Bitcoin at a little bit higher. Fuck, Ray, all the signals are out there. Everything's pointing to some a bullish environment here for us. So we're gonna keep watching. We're gonna keep watching what's going on. But you can see Bitcoin's been creeping up over the last couple of days and pushing nicely now into this trend. But we got to understand this is resistance now. We can't get too carried away. So again, what is my plan here? What is my bull plan? Well, ideally we want the pop, okay? And if we get the pop of this resistance band, we need to understand we're going to get a rejection or we're going to get a reaction in an area, something around this 50-day moving average. I'd say 67,500. Look out for that. And then if we get this little retest, then we could be on our way here for a little bit of a move. So that is my bull case. This is what I'm watching closely here for today. Now, if we're going to get nice momentum out of the markets, and you know, so far so good with the US. It's nice to see the Dixie was turning over a little bit, and the S&P pushing. So maybe a little bit of juice here in the tank for us. And then lower down, what am I looking at? Well, number one, you can see we've got some horizontals here. So this is an area of interest for us. Mark this one on your charts. This is a notable zone, 65,600. Keep that one close there for you, 65,600. And then lower down, this is my big banger. This is my the big one for me, 64,400 to 64,500. So these are the ones I'm watching closely now today. And this is how I'm planning, you know, my trades and all these things around these two areas right now. I don't really want to see deeper and darker. And we've seen a nice opening on the S&P. So I wouldn't think BTC is going to lose the 64K level too quickly today, but we'll have to see how the day plays out on the markets, if there's any surprises there for us. But so far, so good. Just remember, if you are pushing longs at the moment, you are pushing into resistance. We've seen this on a lot of altcoins as well. And, you know, this is my current situation. I am now long BTC 1. BTC. I closed that long yesterday at that resistance band. I'm now currently long one Bitcoin at the moment. Obviously, like to see it hold this current entry here where I'm sitting at the moment. So this is my current prime XBT trade. And I think I actually longed the S&P yesterday. Let's just take a look there and just make sure. But yeah, the nice thing about Prime XBT is you can play with gold, you can play with silver, oil, you can long the S&P, you can do all these types of things. They've got Forex as well. And all you need to do is just switch between the two platforms that they give you. And what you can do is you can send crypto to the platform, they convert it into your account, and then you fire away and you can trade these things. So nice little games you can play here on Prime XBT. You can spin it both ways if you like trading the S&P and those type of things. So check it out. And they're also offering you guys a 7% sign-up bonus at the moment in the link in the description. So grab that if you're interested. Okay, now what do we have in the news? Why are people feeling bullish? Why are things moving? Well, number one, I mean, this was awesome. Venezuela is going to use cryptocurrency for oil sales. Okay, I mean, that's quite bullish. Even if they're using just USDT or whatever the story is, you know, they're in the system now, and things are happening there. So that is, I would say, that's pretty bullish news. I mean, I saw Ray was quite happy about that, so he was liking that one. And then we saw yesterday there were signs there. Okay, we had crypto-related stocks starting to move up yesterday. So that was a nice little indication for us that we might be getting something out of the market. So that was good to see. And then this was me today talking about the Dixie. And we always just got to maintain perspective here. If we get a pump in the markets, we can never say, well, that was the bottom and now we are firing off to the moon. And for example, the S&P trades very closely with the Dixie. And what I was saying is, if we get a pullback on the Dixie, that's obviously going to be good for the S&P. The S&P is going to run nicely. But we do have resistance areas high up on the S&P, and if this Dixie starts falling over, you can take a look at this chart here that I put on Twitter today. If the Dixie starts falling over and coming down, we know we're going to be bullish in the S&P and crypto and things like that. But when it bounces at this 104 level, we need to be cautious. We need to be looking to take profits and these type of things. So watch out on the Dixie. If it pushes down to this 104 level, that's going to be an area where we might see a bounce in the Dixie, and then we might see some reversals if these markets are going to stay green for a couple of days. So just pay attention to things like that. And I quite like this post from Thomas. He says, how does this chart make you feel? So what he's showing you here is the previous cycles in BTC. And you can see our current cycles at the bottom here, 22, 23. Now 24 and 25 are empty. But if you look at what happened on all the previous cycles to the chart, you can see, I mean, it's hard not to be bullish if we say that this time isn't different, okay? If this cycle is going to move the same way, you know, as the other times, we are obviously along the way going to get flush outs. We have to understand, we have to be prepared for flush outs along the way, but the net result is up based on history and based on what we are seeing here. So as long as you are being cautious with leverage, you are trading some spot as well, you have a spot portfolio and you have a nice mixed strategy with crypto, you're going to be fine in the end. But remember, you know, these flush outs, if you're trading leverage only, you've got to be cautious when these flush outs happen, because that's when you can feel some pain there. And then the dominance for us, again, it's creeping down. So this is dominance on the weekly that I'm watching, and creeping down slowly and looking okay. Now, let's not forget, we are still sitting on a major support here for dominance. So any trigger here could easily start sending dominance up, because this is weekly support. We need to understand that, you know, we are not out of the woods here, but it is nice to see it creeping lower. Where could we see a little reaction if we dip a little bit lower? Watch this 50-day moving average, 54.2%. So even this little move down into this 50-day MA and some trend and weekly support here could give us a nice little move on these altcoins. You'll be very surprised what a little move like that in dominance can actually do for you if you are trading altcoins at the moment. What's Ripple Muncher saying? Shitload of gummy on spot. Well, funnily enough, let's just look at it quickly, because I saw where's gummy here? I saw gummy breaking trend. Okay, so I've been tracking this now and charting gummy on the 15 minutes. This is on Blowfin. And don't forget, guys, there is a second gummy airdrop coming for you well, not at the moment. It's coming. It's on its way. So number one, go into the description of the show, and underneath here, you can see all the ways that you can get or participate in the next gummy airdrop. All you need to do is be signed up to one of the exchanges here in the link below. So take advantage of it. There's some instructions there for you guys as to how you can do it. And you can also farm your gummies. Don't forget, we've got a little airdrop ticker here at the top of Banter Bubbles. So make sure you're using Banter Bubbles. This is your airdrop ticker. You can see mine is starting to spin here, and looks like I'm collecting some potential gummies there. So there's a couple of ways that you guys can do that. Okay, where are we? Okay. TED Talks Macro. What is he like? He says, the market has gifted us with a beautiful reset in trader positioning. Now, how's this guy? And what he's saying here, he said the last time the open interest weighted funding turned negative, okay, this was in October 2023. That was before Bitcoin ran from 27K to 46K. Okay, so now the market is looking very much like it did back then in October 23. So there's another reason why people are potentially feeling a little bit bullish here about BTC. It's hard to ignore all these signs out there, that are coming out at us. And then Captain 𝗕𝗢𝗥𝗟𝗑. Okay, now this isn't a super bullish post. This is a nice rational post here. And he's talking about BTC pushing to 100K. But what I like about what he's shown here is that he's even looking at a pullback from these current levels. And the pullback that he's showing here looks like, probably a 618 pullback or something like that. So, this is, it's ultimately a bullish post. He's calling 100K. But, how do we get there? There's sometimes a bit of a move along the way. So quite a rational, reasonable setup here that he's giving us to pay attention to. So follow this guy. Seems like a nice account to follow. Okay, so we'll keep track of BTC now along the way as we go today. Now, big one that I want to talk to you about, these meme coins. Now, we can't ignore what's going on. I've just grabbed a couple of tweets for you and a couple of little bits of information on some of the coins that I'm going to be talking about. But it's a big one for us to talk, to discuss. And you need to be involved in these. If you keep missing these meme runs, it creates a massive burn. And, I don't want to be left behind either. And I'm going to start putting a lot more effort into focusing on things like Pepe as well, and Doge, and start really paying attention to these things. So Vapor says meme coins are becoming a black hole you cannot ignore at this point. And he says his prediction is that we'll see at least 3 meme coins above $100 billion market cap by the top of this cycle. Okay, now that's pretty bullish. But if you look at what Victor is saying, he's saying the meme coin race. Okay, and he's got the $1 billion market cap club. What do we have here? We've got WIF, we've got Pepe, we've got Floki, we've got Bonk, and then now we've got this Pepe coin that is starting to push a little bit higher. So pay attention to what these guys are saying here. And these are obviously the big guns. And he's saying from 500 million market cap, the risk reward for longing decreases dramatically unless you think your meme coin is among the chosen ones that will join the 1 billion club. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of you guys trading memes right now. And let me know in the chats which ones you think, okay, that we are involved in now or that you are involved in. Which ones do you think are going to potentially go to $1 billion? Is it 𝗘𝗘𝗢? Serious question. Is it GUMMY? Serious question. Is that possible? What are you guys looking at the moment? Ray, are you trading meme coins?
Not really.
Got to get into it, bro. Got to get into it. You're going to miss the ride. Ray. Okay, let's see. Luba likes 𝗘𝗘𝗢. GUMMY, guys, let's not be biased here. Give me some of the other ones that you guys are trading here, other than 𝗘𝗘𝗢 and GUMMY. Let's see. Come, let me know in the chats while I'm cracking on here. Okay, another interesting post here for us was on 𝗕𝗑. Now, again, I haven't been the biggest 𝗕𝗑 fan, but we can't ignore what is going on out there at the moment. They've just raised $12 million. Okay, in this token sale round, they are actually building something way bigger than a meme coin. And I have touched on this a couple of times, over the last few months on 𝗕𝗑s. But 𝗕𝗑, it needs to be on your radar. It needs to be, look, I wouldn't say it has to be in your bags, but it's got to be something that you're paying attention to, because these guys are serious and they are starting to push what they have. And what do we have at the moment here? We've got 𝗕𝗑 on the 12-hour breaking a trend. So that is a nice little start. And, we've seen a nice big push here, nice big squeeze and pinch through this horizontal here at the 382. So that is looking good for us. What do I want to see now? Well, all quite simple. I just want to see it hold this 0024 level. So even if we are going to drift low, I just want to see 𝗕𝗑 hold this rising trend and hold this, what do we call this? this fucking other trend, holding this trend going down. Okay, so we want to hold the rising trend, we want to hold the descending trend, and we just want to hold this region here. So 00242, that is where we want to be. And if we get that opportunity, for me, that's a buy, and that's where you're adding to spot bags and things like that. If you are looking for leverage entries, you probably want to be a little bit tighter, so you want to be a little bit greedy if you do get that offering and that pullback lower down. But right now, what can we see about 𝗕𝗑? What are we looking at? Well, we can see we are pinging a resistance zone. You're going to see this a lot today, this 50-day moving average. This is really coming into play now on a lot of these altcoins, the same altcoins that you are trading as well. You're going to see the 50-day MA is really starting to really start coming into play. So look out for that. That's resistance now at the moment for 𝗕𝗑. What do I want to see now? A pullback into this region would be beautiful for us at this 24 region for a spot buy. Other than that, we can look at support. If you are trading leverage or you're in positions right now, what you can do is you can look at your nearest support level that you have in play, and you can work with that area. Okay, so this region here, 0002617 is your next your next support level that you can pay attention to on SHIB. So we do have a couple of candles here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, 6 candles, giving us horizontal support in this region. So it could hold, and it could tee off from here. So watch that level and then watch lower down. But SHIB, get that one on your watch list. That's another one to pay attention to. Then obviously Doge. Is this bullish for Doge? Okay, we've got Alex Finn saying way more mind-blowing details about X payments announced. Is it confirmed that Doge is going to be the payment system? Is it going to be involved somehow? Look, there's a lot of speculation, but when we see things like this, the Doge traders start getting a little bit excited. And you can see... Cunning George. And you can see what I've set up here for you guys. So I want this on your watch list. Doge is now on my watch list, and I'm looking for a little trend break here on Doge. I want to see a little pop into this region. So this is Doge on the 8-hour that I'm paying close attention to now, and this is a very clean and easy invalidation. So if the market starts turning on us and things start getting messy, well, then we're going to look for a close under this 0.155 level. If we lose that 0.155 level, then potentially things are bearish and we are looking at a little bit lower down for Doge. But for right now, I'm eyeing out a little trend break here, and I'm trying to front run that one a little bit at the moment. I'm just trickling into a position there, and if we do get that pop, you're going to see this 50-day moving average is going to come into play for us, and we might get a rejection off there. But the real test for us is going to be when we get that pullback onto this horizontal support. That's where we can add to positions and then start playing for the next move, for the next level. And that next level is going to be the trend and horizontal slightly higher here for us at around about 0.178. Okay, so that is my current plan for Doge. If we get that trend break, things could start turning a little bit more bullish there for us. Okay, let's see. You guys are now giving me some meme coins here in the chats. KeyCat. Well, I don't know about that. We need tokens that you think can go to $1 billion. We need that. Let's see. Nathan says higher, whatever that is. What else we got? There's a lot of gummy fans here. Lots of gummy fans here. Wait, who was telling me to slow down here? What's going on? Am I talking too fast? Ray, am I talking too fast? Thomas says baby bonk. Am I talking too fast, bro?
Oh, all good.
I think I was going too fast for some people in the chats there. Okay, so that is my plan for Doge. Easy play here, easy invalidation. Okay, we can see our support levels. You can see what's going on here. If we get that trend break, it might turn a little bit bullish there for us, and then we can get a move on Doge, and then big things can happen. If we start blowing this trend, that's a separate discussion, but big things can happen after that, obviously, for Doge. So let's just deal with what's in front of us right now, and these are the nice little areas that I like, and that is what I'm looking for. So look for that trend break. And then Pepe, today we saw it explode. Okay, so Coinbase launches Pepe Perpetual Futures. Okay, and what have we got? Look at this. We got a beautiful trend break. Pepe has blown through the 50-day moving average, coming into play once again for these altcoins. So we like what's going on here. We've got a nice little trend break, and now we just want to build some support in these regions. We want to just understand where can we pull back and where can we get a nice support buy if it does come back for that retest, which I would expect at some point it's going to come back and give us some kind of retest there. So nice little areas here for us to play around in. Number one, okay, the big one for me, the 382 and horizontal, that looks nice. A little bit lower down. So Pepe traders, your first big level that you're going to pay attention to, multiple zeros. 671, watch that zone over there. And then obviously we're going to look at this 50-day MA. This also looks nice and juicy now. Let's see if Pepe can actually hold this area. So let's watch that zone there, the 50-day MA. Multiple zeros. What do we got? 728. Okay, so eyes on this region here. Multiple zeros, 728. That's region number one for the retest. So look for it to hold there. If we get a pullback into that zone, I think that might be the most bullish buy that we can get for Pepe. So look out for something like that. But overall, things are looking good. You know, if this market turns bullish and they now got futures on Coinbase, I think the momentum should then continue with it naturally, and it should start moving higher. So nice two big levels here to watch for Pepe, but a great start. You know, when we get a trend break and we get a 50-day MA break and things like that, we can also start feeling a little bit more comfortable with where we're going. But you know, this 50-day MA has been a bit of a struggle, and we can see BTC is a little bit behind, and we needed to start cracking that one. And you know, no conversation about meme coins for me is over until we're dealing with things like WIF as well. And it's been relatively quiet lately. And when Solana starts picking up again and the hype comes back, we know WIF is going to be a reliable trade for us. It's going to be a nice little mover. And I'm looking for big things from WIF still. So number one, let's just take a look at what we got here. So we do have a little trend that we can play with here at the moment for WIF. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so we got a little trend here that's on the table at the moment, and support I've got for WIF, nice little area here for us, down to 2.75. Okay, anything down to 2.75 is going to be your support area that you want to watch for WIF now on any pullbacks and things like that. Watch that area and then pay attention. We've got a rising trend as well, so we could easily have a situation where WIF wants to start doing something along these lines before it pops and gives us that move. So we got that nice squeezy type setup that I like, where we have that rising trend squeezing into a horizontal, and often that gives us a little pop on some of these markets. So is it going to happen here at the moment? It could, or is it going to happen a little bit later on, maybe in a few more days? Let's have a look, but track WIF up this rising trend. Let's see. And ideally, you know, the bulls just want to see this pop, and once we hold that horizontal, which you're going to see is going to start coming into play in this region. Once we start holding those horizontals, then WIF is going to start tracking higher, and it should, and I would expect, you know, if things are bullish to neutral, we should see WIF then start pushing up with these other tokens. So another big one that you want to have in your bags, could that be the $100 billion token that the guys are talking about? Okay, another interesting one. Okay, POPCAT. Now, where did this thing come from? Because this thing has been pumping for the last few days, and now it looks like it's just smashed all-time highs. So POPCAT, another one, you know, it could be a dark horse here. $380 million market cap at the moment, and it's printing all-time highs. Could this go to $1 billion? Well, this could potentially do that. Let's just take a look at this chart that this guy gave us. Oh, here we go. So POPCAT was at $350 million from Victor. Okay, that was already, so it's in the what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's top 12 meme coins at the moment, and looking good. So new all-time high. What can I recommend here for you? Well, look, ideally you want to buy these things on weakness. These meme coins are so volatile, and this thing's been pumping what, 6 days in a row now. And ideally you want to buy it on weakness, but we can see this is a player and it's here to stay. And maybe this is something you want to DCA in so you don't miss any runs. But what you can do is start looking at some support levels and start looking at some big areas. And the 0.384 looks like a nice zone for you to grab any buys there. So that's about a 15-20% move lower down. So 0.384, nice little area that I like. And overall, looking bullish. You might want to just DCA into this one if you're getting if we're going to track $1 billion market cap and more. And I mean, who knows, if we start talking about the $100 billion market cap that our friend, what was his name? Let's see this man. Where's he? Vapor, talking about the $100 billion market cap. Well, you know, is this one of them? Adam says Chinese influencers making POPCAT pump. Okay, so keep your eyes on that one. We've had 6 green candles in a row. Pay attention. Could be a DCA buy there for you guys. And then obviously we can't have this conversation without Tucker, because the ticker is Tucker. And you guys know the story behind Tucker. You know what is happening there now. And, you know, we are very bullish on this Tucker project. And right now it's respecting levels, it's respecting trends, and it's trading quite nicely. So there are opportunities here to buy Tucker on weakness. And the same recommendation on any meme coin. You really want to buy the pullbacks. You don't really want to get caught into these pumps and start buying the top of moves. So ideally you want to buy pullbacks into solid zones, and it's trading like many of these other coins. It's trading on trends, it's trading on horizontals, and you know, it's playing out nicely at the moment. So Tucker for me 0.041, and nice little area also on that rising trend. Anything there is good support for us. And then what you can do is also just track this trend a little bit higher up. If we do start breaking trends and things like that, you're ultimately going to get your retest. So you don't have to worry about urgency and things like that. You always get your pullbacks, you always get your retests on these different areas. So just play these things patiently, and you know, you don't have to FOMO you know, immediately. I see Juna Joe says Larry Pink Yes, that is still a vibe. I'm still holding some 𝗪𝗚𝗥𝗡. We got to get back into 𝗪𝗚𝗥𝗡 and see what the latest is. I think they are still doing content as well. There's lots of 𝗬 coming up. I haven't heard of 𝗬 or Kermit, but you guys are spamming me with some 𝗬s. Let's see what else. BONK. Obviously BONK, we got to consider BONK as well. That's another good one. Ladies, and don't forget some of the other tokens like COC, like rats. What are the other big ones on the other chains? Base, they got Toshi, they got Mochi, and some of those. So these are some of the big ones that I'm looking at the moment. That's what you want to pay attention to. And obviously GUMMY, now you can see it's breaking trend. It's got a little bit of support here, and you can trade this guy on 𝗪𝗏𝗠. So take a look. On 𝗪𝗏𝗠, Diablo says it's 𝗪𝗢𝗏 dead. Look, I hope it's not dead. It's a cat, and these cats are still good. I've still got a cat here. I'm saving this. I'm saving it for when 𝗪𝗢𝗏 starts pumping for us. So yeah, I'm loving 𝗪𝗢𝗏 still. Let's see how it goes. Maybe we'll speak to Uncle Gustavo and see what is happening. Okay, Eddie says, is Fufu dead? Fufu rinsed me. And I think Fufu went super quiet. I haven't looked at the chart in a while, but that one didn't give me what I wanted out of it. It totally smashed me there. Let's see what else we got. 𝗓𝗏𝗏, yes, massive one as well. Big things happening at 𝗓𝗏𝗏, and they've branched out into other businesses as well. So there's a lot happening in that 𝗓𝗏𝗏 network, right? So you've stuck around, and what I want to talk to you about is the next big narrative. Now we know there's multiple narratives in crypto. There's gaming, there's RWAs, there's all these things, but the big one for me, and I think we can't sleep on this, and I mentioned it slightly yesterday as well, and on the back of NVIDIA earnings coming in May and all these other things teeing up, is AI, and we cannot sleep on AI. And Johnny, he calls himself Crypto God John. Okay, great account to follow as well. What is he teeing up here? He's saying NVIDIA earnings May 22nd. We've got ChatGPT 5 this summer. Sam Altman raising $7 trillion for AI chips. Apple AI push this summer or fall, and Microsoft $100 billion AI fund. Okay, now if that doesn't make you bullish on AI, Ray, where's our goggles, bro? Where's our goggles, bro? We were talking AI. There they are. He still got them. He's got them, but you're not wearing them, bro. AI only pumps when you put them on.
Oh man. Okay.
Know that.
Come on.
Okay. Come on. Focus. Okay. So AI, that's the play, and I really think AI is going to be moving nicely for us in the next in the next few weeks. And follow that crypto god John. He knows his stuff, and he's a very big account. So most of you, or some of you, if you were trading today, you would have seen this one show up on your screens. There was a listing. Ray, did you get the listing on AKT, Akash Network?
Yeah, it was a bit.
𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏. Okay, so there was an 𝗓𝗏𝗏 listing today. So we know what happens when 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏 list tokens. They always have these monster pumps, and it's almost like tradition. Yeah, it's the strangest thing. But the minute they get it listed, these things rip. I don't understand the benefit of pumping this thing so hard and then dumping it every single time. I mean, surely people are cottoning on to what is going on. So let's see if we can find some support. But this is a nice AI token that you want to be looking at. So let's see if it's going to hold some of these areas. This is obviously topical now because we've had a massive pump today with that 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏 listing. Is it going to hold? That is the question we want to ask ourselves. So number one, let's just take a look here and see. We've got some support coming in. At the moment, we got the 50-day MA, which we've absolutely smashed now. And now we've got some horizontals in play here. So 4.85 for me, that's a big one that I'm going to be paying attention to, 4.85. So I quite like the look of this area at the moment. So let's see this drip down into the zone, 4.85, nice little region. And it's always tricky to pull fibs on these massive pumps. But we can try and get a little guesstimate here as to what could potentially work for us. Let's pull out that 0.5. And we can see we've got a little bit of support here on the 0.5 as well for the fib. So for me, 4.86 to 5, anywhere in that region looks like an area where you could start looking to nibble around on this AKT if you are bullish on AKT. And then a little bit lower down, look at the 618. Okay, this is looking really good here for me down here. So somewhere around 4.53 I quite like that little region, 4.53. So watch that zone over there. That's a 618 and horizontal in play for you. So we're looking for something along these lines, a little push into the zone, horizontal, little bounce, 618. So that could be a nice one for AKT. So 4.5. Keep your eyes on that guy. Let's see. What else is happening here in the chats? Ray can only see the gummy wearing those goggles, apparently. Rob says the chart looks good. I'm not sure which chart he's looking at. Ferdy says the ticker is Tucker. Cheshire says Pendle. I've heard big things about Pendle. And Iman says, wow. Okay, so I'd like to know what he's talking about wowing. I won't say what Alex is talking about. Let's see what else. Okay. Let's move on to the next token. Okay, so obviously I love trading things like Fetch. I love trading things like Ocean. When I go to AI, I always try and pick one or two of those for my move, and I'll jump into those. So right now Fetch is on my watch list. It's on my hit list for this week. If we get a move this week and AI starts churning for us, this is where I want to be. Fetch and Ocean, I'm watching these guys closely, and you can see what's going on here at the moment. Fetch is now got a nice little bull flag pushing into a resistance area. Now this is a massive resistance zone for us, and one more time this 50-day moving average is coming into play again as a resistance area. How many times have we seen that now today with some of these altcoins popping through, some of them fighting that area? So there is a big test on at the moment in the market in general around this 50-day MA. So let's watch this area closely, and step one for me is to look for this pop. I want to see a little push higher up for Fetch. I want to see this pop and squeeze about 13% for me to 2.8, and this is what I'm doing at the moment with Fetch. So I have opened a starter position here on Fetch at the moment, or Fetch on weeks. Okay, so I'm trading weeks at the moment. Don't forget, these guys are offering you ridiculous incentives to get onto the exchanges at the moment, and it's not going to be around forever. So I just want to remind you guys, if you go to the link in the description, there's an exclusive link here for Weeks. Okay, number one, Weeks is KYC friendly, i.e. you don't need KYC to trade on Weeks. Number two, they are a new exchange, and they've got massive upgrades coming in the short term. They are around the corner from some big upgrades. Number three, they've got their own token launching, because they've got massive plans for what they're going to be doing with the Weeks exchange. It's going to be way more than what you're seeing now. It's going to be a much bigger picture play here for Weeks. And what happened there, right? What's going on there, bro?
I think before they check out that exchange, they need to check out the likes. I don't think they need to leave the page yet. They need to check out the likes first.
I appreciate the reminder. So, guys, okay, no, Ray, you say it, bro. You say it today. Come.
All right, guys, come on. We can't have under 200 likes or 250 likes. We need at least 1,000. There's about 1,200 of you guys here. Can we get 1,000, please? This is like ridiculous. Please, I'm begging.
Guys, if you like the content, hit the like, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button. Come on. Join us here at Banter Plus if you're enjoying the content. Okay, so Weeks, again, massive offers here. They got big plans for the exchange. There's a link in the description. They're offering a 20% sign-up bonus. You're not going to get that on other exchanges. So take a look, and they are growing very quickly. And so what I've done here at the moment for Fetch, I like the look of this Fetch, and I want to just show you how I built my trade and what I'm thinking and what I'm planning. So number one, I've entered a Fetch position here, looking for something more, obviously. And number two, if we get a push lower down, I'm going to add to my position lower down at around about this 2.44 region. And then you can see I've got my stop loss that I've preset here at 2.41. And if you're wondering why it's there at 2.41, you can see it's just an area that I've highlighted for a loss of that previous candle. So the previous 4-hour candle. If we start losing that previous 4-hour candle, it might tell me that we are moving down and we are moving lower on Fetch. So then I'm going to cut that position. But there's obviously multiple areas when you're looking at a trade where you can cut the position. It depends on your leverage, it depends on your position size, it depends on how you view your risk and all these things. So your next big area for Fetch, if you start losing 2.34, for example, could be your next cut zone. So for me on this particular trade, I'm looking to add on any weakness here and any pullbacks, and I will be looking to exit under that current 4-hour candle. So that is where we are at the moment on Fetch. You can see right now it's flat, and then I caught the top of that peppy pump and it hasn't been a massive mover since that move, because I was a late bloomer. The headline came out, the news came out, it pumped, and I thought, shit, let me try and grab some of this and see if these Americans were going to push it higher. So right now, just monitoring Pepe at the moment here on weeks, and I'm also in an Arweave trade from earlier today. I don't have that chart for you today because we are doing AIs, but basically there is support for Arweave a little bit lower down that I'm paying attention to. So I'm not going to let that bleed out too much if we do get a little bit more weakness there. Okay, cool. So that's the current fetch situation. Now, what is my plan? We've got a nice push here on this trend. I'd love to see this little trend break now, and I want to hold support around 2.5. So perfect world, we come and we crack this 50-day moving average. We just print a little bit higher than that. Then we get some support around about 2.5. And then I would say we are cooking on fetch, and we're looking at that 2.8 region. So that is my plan there for fetch at the moment. And right, the other one that I like to play with is Ocean. Okay, looking very similar at the moment as well in terms of the flag and the current setup here, but a little bit higher up. There's a few more problems for Ocean. So we just want to pay attention to Ocean. And what I've done here today in Sniper Club, I actually gave an entry idea or setup that I liked for Ocean a little bit lower down. So we started bleeding into this region. But for me, number one, what I want to see is this rising trend holding for Ocean at the moment. So you can see we've got a nice sharp rising trend up at the moment. And any moves down for me down to 0.95, that's a massive area for me. That's where I'm going to be looking for some extra buys if we do get some kind of weakness. If we do get a push higher, well, what is the plan? Well, the plan is to watch this horizontal, pay attention to what you have in front of you. We've got the 50-day MA in front of us. We've got a 786, and we've got some horizontals. So we know that this 1.1 region is a massive resistance zone that we need to pay attention to. So if Ocean does push into this region, look out for a rejection here. Just be safe in that area. Just play it safe. Look out for a reaction in that zone. And any moves lower, if there is weakness now today or this afternoon and things start pulling down for you, watch this region here. It's a 382 fib and horizontal and trend, and you're looking at 0.95. So that's a nice little juicy zone that I want to see play out there on Ocean. Okay, and then I've got Rodolfo. He does some of our research for us, and he's in the Sniper Club dropping fundamentals and things, and he's watching two projects at the moment. One of them is a nice AI project called Netmind or NMT. So I thought, well, let me just look at that one at the moment and see what it's about. We've got a $270 million market cap, and look, the chart's looking all right at the moment. And if AI is going to move and it's one of his top picks, this could be something that you might want to be looking at. So take a look at Netmind. Try and obviously do your own research on the token and things like that. It is a slightly smaller cap. We're talking $200 million, and from what I can see on the chart, there is time. You can look for this trend break, and there is time for things to play out. What I do have for you guys is a nice little support band that you can see what's going on here. So if we start losing that type of support, then if we start dipping below 6, that invalidation is clear, and we lose that zone. We are looking then at potentially lower levels on this Netmind. What do I like about it? Well, number one, it's had a nice little bounce off this current support. So looking all right here, and watch this region at 6 to 6.1. Watch that as support. If we get something along those lines, for me, I quite like the look of that. And if we are going to push higher, well, then there's lots of time here. We can get that trend break, and we can play that game when it's appropriate and when the time is right. So keep this one on your watch list. Rodo seems to like it, and there might be a couple of X's there on that. So probably a spot bag type buy that you're going to be looking at on that one. Okay, let's see. Who else is here? I know you guys love this Relio network. I do speak about that one. Often. I don't have that one today. We normally include that one when we're doing Ondo and things like that. Let's see. Creo says Sol is breaking the daily. Yeah, look, things have been looking quite bullish out there this afternoon. It's been looking all right. Let's see. Who else says, oh, Captain, my Captain. Logan says, oh, Captain, my Captain. Pendle long entries would be great. Okay, Logan. Hang out. I'm going to get you Pendle after this. Okay, another big one, AOS. Nice little AI play. We know some of the big guys are also, big fans of this. I think Alex Becker was even talking about this one. And there's the goggles, right? There's the goggles.
65% think 72K first.
65% think 72K first. That's not unreasonable. We've had times where it's been 85%, and then we know we sometimes get that dump and they send us a bit lower. So 65, it's not unreasonable. Okay, so look, generally you want to see a nice balance, or you want to see overly bearish, then you get these nice big pumps. But 65 we can work with. Okay, EOS, what do I like about it? Well, number one, we've got the trend break. This is EOS on the 12-hour. Number two, this 50-day moving average is coming into play once again. So get this on your chart. This is the most incredible MA that you want to use with altcoins. I use it all the time, and you can see when it comes into play in these sections, it's always a nice indicator for us. So watch this at the moment. We've got a trend break on EOS. What would I do here? I'd say it's pretty simple. You want to watch your horizontal supports. Watch this level here. This is a big area now for EOS. If you start losing that support, this potential trend break and trend change might be invalidated. So watch this level, 0.705. Watch that zone on EOS. That's your support that you want to pay attention to. And then we do have a little bit of resistance now in front of us that you're going to watch. And, you can play this step by step. You can play this level by level. So if you get pullbacks into this region, that's where you're looking for your buys. And if you get the pop a little bit higher up, you want to just see this hold as support, which you've seen many times on some of these other coins. Let that hold as support, and then you get that push higher. But EOS for me, nice little buy here, nice little spot bag hold, and pay attention to this one. If AI is going to move, for me, EOS is another banger that we want to pay attention to. I see Michelle's in the house. Michelle, I haven't seen you in ages. Good to have you here in the chats. We're going to catch up on Sniper Club. Don't forget, me and Sheldon are going to do a live Sniper Club session tomorrow, directly after his show. We're going to do some live trading with you guys in Sniper Club. And there's also some massive announcements and massive news coming for Sniper Club members. And one of them was obviously you guys got that GUMMY airdrop just for being Sniper Club members. And we are working on some big things, Sheldon and I, and some airdrops and various offerings and OTCs and things like that if you are in Sniper Club. So watch this space. There's some big things happening. It's not just about trading in Sniper Club. We've also got Simon banging out airdrops and doing all these things for you, and he actually managed that GUMMY airdrop so perfectly for us, and he'll be handling all these other airdrops and things that you guys are going to be getting as Sniper Club members. So just hang in there. There's a lot going on. I see Luba likes EOS there as well. Okay, let's give the man his entry. Ray, what was his name? Logan. Who was the guy that wanted Pendle? Where's he gone? Where's that chat? Ray, is he gone? It was Pendle, right? Am I right?
I think so. I'm looking, but I'm pretty sure yes.
Okay, it was Logan. Logan, let me know in the chats. Was it Pendle, bro? Is that what you wanted? Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, so Pendle, yeah, we've looked at this one before. What did we get? We got a little bit of a horizontal bounce there. It looks like we had a 618 play. Let's just clean this chart up. And let's see where we are right now. Okay, so Pendle on the 12-hour. Let's see what we got. Okay, nice little trend break for Pendle. 12-hour, it's not a massive trend break. Okay, let's go into a 4-hour. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we can work with this one. Okay, looking all right. So nice little flag forming here on Pendle. So you've seen this now on a lot of altcoins over the last couple of days. We've had trend breaks. We've had flags forming and these things. So what I would say is watch your big support level now for Pendle. You've got the trend break. Okay, so that is something to work with. If you say, we've broken a trend, that's telling us that maybe now the trend is going to shift in a new direction. So we've been in a downtrend. That's why we have those trend lines. When we break that trend, it could be telling us that there's now going to be a trend shift. Whether it's short term or long term, that remains to be seen. But, number one, we've now broken the downtrend. So that could be telling us that things are going to start trending higher and trending up. And we can start then tracking these type of things. So we're going to watch something along these lines, and we want to see this Pendle now move higher. So what are we looking for? What do you want to play? Well, I'd say any weakness into the zone, you want to look at potential building a position there, and any weakness into that area for me would be for adding to a position and building your Pendle position. So watch the 6.4 Watch that region and watch lower down at this trend, 6.175. Let's see what type of fibbage we have here and see if we can get some tie in here for you guys. Okay, 618. I mean, that is just perfection. Look at the 618 coming into play there on that trend. So for me, that's a big zone for Pendle. Watch that 618. If we do get weakness into that zone, that's where you are. 6.175, 6.2, anywhere in that zone for me, I'm loving. And a little bit higher there, call it 6.4. Nice little zone there for you guys. Okay, that's a wrap, guys. We've got some great levels. Watch these meme coins. I think they're going to be big movers, and eyes on AI. We got to just watch this US market. We're going to watch the Dixie drifting lower. That should unlock things, and maybe we're going to have a nice green week now with some of these altcoins. Remember, we got earnings this week. Big companies here. We're talking Google, Microsoft, Tesla's tonight, I believe, and there's Facebook as well. So these things should all play into a nice move on the S&P, and the tech side of things can often lead to a nice push in these altcoins and crypto in general. So pay attention to that. You've got some nice areas here. There's some nice narratives that you guys can play with. Let's see how this moves. Watch BTC at that resistance that it's at now. Maybe we get that pop in the next couple of hours, and maybe we're going to have a fun day tomorrow again as well. So guys, we'll catch you later. Thanks for hanging.